Hello. Hello, everybody. I hope that you're doing good as you can, as anybody can. Anyway, I thought actually to try and divide this thing in three, and I'll do like last Sunday. If I see I'm getting too far and my back is starting to hurt, I might take a little bit of a break and then come back later. But I thought that this is a very interesting thing to do for Easter eggs. Hi Judy, hi Alessio, hi Ellen, hi Elaine. And I forgot to turn on my text. Give me just a second. Goodness gracious. I am cleaning the house. I got into the let's disinfect and clean everything. Okay. Okay, almost done. And there we go. Okay. Cindy, now I just started, Cindy. Hi, Gray. Hi, Zenta. So, what I was thinking, to do also a Faux gemstone egg, and because when I was looking through my canes, I found malachite, so I thought, oh, this is awesome. We can do this and make a precious gemstone egg for Easter as well. Hi, Robin. Hi, Chris. And give me just a second. I need to turn on the AC in here. Because I told you before, it can get really hot in here because of the big computer. Oh, hi Cecile, hi Donna, hi Janet. I already said Cindy and Zenta. Alright, so let me first show you how to cover an egg. And then we will move forward to covering an egg. Actually, I have I have two that are already covered. Hi Joyce. Now, these, if you go in my Amazon influencer store and if you look in the coverables, let me actually put the link once again in the chat. I moved them to the beginning of the list there, and I did put, I see that one is already out of, gosh, let me see, let me check. Yeah, the first one is unavailable, but you can get from there to other ones. The second choice is still there, so let me put them here because I posted them. Yeah, Cindy, I posted them last Sunday so people would have time to get them. Now, do not worry about these melting in the oven. As long as you don't go with the oven over 300 degrees Fahrenheit, they will not melt. They will be fine. You cover them. You do not, after you put the clay on, you do not take the baking blank out. You just use them as a base for baking. Now, these come because they are made they are for Easter egg hunt, and they are made to put candy inside. You first need to make sure that you close them properly. And a lot of times you need to make sure that they snap. See how this looks like it's closed, but it still has a little bit, so until you hear it snap all the way. And you'll see that some of them are a little bit defective and they would not snap properly. Let me reopen this one so I can show you. Yes, you can. These plastic eggs you can cover. They do not melt as long as you don't get your oven over 300 Fahrenheit. So see, you have to push until you hear the snap. You heard the snap? Then the second thing that you need to do, and I recommend that you use masking tape, paper tape, not the regular tape, because some of that might melt. Hi Judith. Hi Maggie. Hi Sharon. Hi Susan, if I missed anybody. Hi Joyce. Hi Jackie. If I missed anybody in the chat, I am so sorry, and consider that I'm trying to keep up with the chat too, but sometimes it's hard if I'm looking at what I'm doing and at the chat at the same time. So get some paper tape and place it right where the thing is here. I'm kind of try to go all the way. And better leave a little space than have it overlap. And then grab your roller and try to smooth it out as much as possible. You will still have this little hinge here, but it's not that hard to cover. And also you might want to, after you cover some, you might want to have like 3 of them ready and covered. And I'm sorry, Donna, because soon I'm gonna post some dragon eggs tutorials. Okay, then once you're done with this, you want to cover it first with clay. You need to put a thin layer of clay and try to smooth it out as much as possible, but I will show you it's not hard at all to smooth it out once it's baked. So let's grab some clay here. I have some leftovers from a cane. So I'm going, they are still fairly soft because, yes, you will see soon an iris cane and how to make eyes for dolls, because I know everybody is interested about that. They are not here, but I'm still editing on that. And my first thing right now, today and in the next couple of days, is to put out the sponsors tutorials for this month, and then I will finish editing the YouTube ones. And you want to go, you don't even have to make your whole clay you know, uniform, even in color. You don't have to worry about that because it's gonna be covered anyway. So of course you can calculate. I saw a lot of people showing how to calculate, how to cut it perfectly. Yeah, sometimes iPads and generally iDevices might have issues. So come all the way here and do this so that you leave your cutting line. Then bring it here. If it gently overlaps, it's not a big deal. Finnegan! I'm again doing stuff without paying attention to him. So now we start pinching here, folds. And that's why I said I saw a lot of calculations on how to cut, on how to. I don't like to waste my time with that, because it might seem dirtier and less professional doing it like this, but it saves me time. Then I'm gonna grab some scissors. I know I had a lot of people at one point around, how do you cut clay with scissors? Yeah, why not cut clay with scissors? That's fine. Don't worry about these little points here because they are going to be covered. Hi, Lawrence. Finnegan. I hope he doesn't unplug my machine camera again, because I hate having to go under the table. Okay, so I got all the extra out. And now I'm going to grab my roller and see, once you start rolling towards the ends, it's going to cover everything here nicely. And the same on the other side. And if you have any empty spot, just go towards it. Because if you do it like that, you won't have a lot of air bubbles caught under. And I still have here, it's not perfectly straight. And then we're gonna play with it a little bit. Just to make sure we have it nice and okay, where's my... So now it is ready to be baked. I have a you might want to go over to make sure that you don't have air pockets. The best to fill them is just to go with your fingertip over them. Yes, it is some scrap, especially as you get it through the pasta machine, especially when you have some translucent in there. It looks gorgeous. Looks like pieces of agates or something. I mean, if I would go by, if I didn't have this here, I could just keep going like this and I would make an agate egg. I would give it the, because to make an agate egg is really easy. You just need something that would be kind of like this, and then actually it's better with a toothpick. Just do this. Turn it around and do some more lines from the other side. And then we go back over it with the roller, and you can even I don't know if you can see it, it's quite small, but you get the agate like little things like this. You just have to make sure that you do a proper evening, but then also once you come with the a sandpaper, it's going to get down to the layers underneath, and it's gonna look just perfect. Okay, let me see. Oh my god, Donna, that is horrible. Okay, now let me show you how you bake it, because you don't want to put it directly on something. You're gonna get a flat thing here. Just grab a... Do you remember when we were making the little dragon mouth when we were kids in school? Get paper towel, fold it in two, you can do this with the printing paper too, or with wax paper. You remember this from school? Turn it back, fold like this, bring these out. Okay, I didn't do it very well here. Bring these out. It works better with a little bit firmer, firmer paper. This one is a very, very soft paper towel, so let me show you with wax. Yeah, there was it would give you all kinds of answers. So let me do one with, because maybe not everybody has this. So you first fold it in two, so on both sides, so you have a direction. Then bring each corner in. Don't do it with aluminum foil, because that one is shiny and it's going to leave marks on your egg. Then turn it upside down on the other, flip it on the other side, and then come again from the corners, Your best bet is to do this with printing paper, and you can use a newsletter paper or magazine, because it doesn't mean it's fine if you get letters on your egg. You're gonna cover that anyway. And now get these, get these out. These will be the legs of your little stand. Oh, come on. My fingers aren't worth a darn. There we go. And then get it on the other side and put the egg in the middle. And this way it will stand up. As I said, you need a little bit firmer paper. The printing paper works the best, or paper towel, but in more than just folded in two. And it will be perfect for your egg. Now give me just a second, because as I'm working with stuff here, I couldn't bring everything on the table. I need to grab the sanding one to show you how to even out a baked egg. Give me just a second. Yeah, I was looking at some. It's interesting. I might try some origami one of these days. I went at one point at an origami class. I think I learned how to make an orchid, a bear, and some birds. I forgot what birds they were. It's a long time ago. Oh, give me just a minute to plug it in. All right. So I got a 400. You don't need more than this. Let me put on. Yeah, there was a crane, but there was another. I forgot if it was a peacock or what it was, pheasant, something like that. Okay, so you don't need more than 400. And somebody asked me at one point, why does her wand keeps jumping like this? The more irregular your surface, the more the wand would jump. So you need to kind of hold on to it firmly. Because if I don't hold on to it, look what happens. See how it keeps jumping? It starts jumping all over the place. So you need to hold it a little bit firmer. Not firm to the point of hurting your hands, but just a little bit. Especially on more pointy areas, it's going to start jumping around. And this is what you do for the egg after it's baked. So you just go nicely all the way around it. And as I said, your 400 should be just enough. Now, before I get forward, let me give me a second now to show you how to do it. So I forgot to get the paper on how to do it by hand. Give me just a second. This is actually a 320. I'm sorry, Isabel. I am so sorry. Okay, so wet your sandpaper and then fold it like this. So use your fingers to create a slight depression and go with the egg against the sandpaper, not with the sandpaper on the egg. because it's much easier on your hands. And feel if you have any more. So I have here. You can even go with a 240 grit. It will be just fine. You're not that late, Sonia. I feel so sorry for you. I lost a lot of pets in the last 10 years. No, more than 10 years. It just seems like always, it seems like it was yesterday, you know. And then with Whisper, who's been on the brink of death for more than 2 years. It's horrible when you lose a pet. And you don't have to make it perfect at this stage, because the perfection will have to come once you're done with the covering and after you bake it. But get it good enough that there wouldn't be too many. See, I have here a little bit too much. Okay, and why did I want to show you how to do gemstone eggs? Because on some gemstones you have to be very careful and not just cover it, you know, in all kinds of ways, because it will not look, you'll lose realism. Generally, gemstone eggs are carved out of a chunk. They are not covered with stuff, so you don't see lines and stuff like that. Go cooking, Cecile. You can watch this later. Okay, what happened here? Okay, so I have some of this malachite cane. And if you look on my channel, on the channel page, not on the video page, if you look on the channel page, go to videos and then go to playlists and look for the gemstones playlist, and you will find the tutorial for malachite. So I think I will need pretty much 3 for the top, 3. I'm gonna have to try and cut this into 6. So let's see how good I am about it. If I don't cut it perfectly, I can show you how to fix mistakes. See how here I'm going to have some, it's getting a little bit too thin to cut properly, so I'm going to have to go like this. And definitely I'm not gonna have enough, but I'm going to flatten these to make them wider. This is all I have left of that big cane. All right, let's say that this is it. Yes, you did, Gail. You sure did. And next you can do this with cosmetic sponges or just plain with wax paper. So I'm going to place this on top. And get it off the wax paper, because otherwise it will be stuck and unable to move. But roll the roller in all kinds of directions, not in just one direction, because you don't want these circles to get distorted just in one direction. You can do this simply with just wax paper. And see how it deformed a little bit that way. I'm going to free it from the wax paper, and this time I'm going to go this way. Why do you use wax paper? So it wouldn't start getting stuck to your roller and start wrapping around your roller. All right, and you need to get it to a certain thickness, almost all of them. Yeah, there's all kinds of crafts we can learn now that we are going out even less than we used to. This needs a little bit more too. Don't do all of them, just the ones that are too thick on some side. Thank you, Donna. See, like this slice was more on one side than on the other. This one the same. Don't worry about the folds right now, because I'll show you the next step. I still have a fat one there. But especially, see, doing it this way, your things, even if they repeat, they are not going to be exactly the same size, because some of the slices need more rolling, some of them need less, so some will become wider than the others. Now let's do this big one. And always lift it off the wax every time you change direction, because otherwise it won't have where to go. It will be too stuck to the wax paper. Okay, your next move is to get it through the pasta machine, but what your intention is to make all of these the same thickness. So I'm going to get the pasta machine at a thickness that looks wider than any of these, and then slowly go smaller until it catches and it thins it up a little bit. So let's see. do a 3 first. Yeah, 3 seems to work. Let me turn it 90 degrees. Okay, now I have plenty of malachite to cover the egg. Oh, awesome. That is so awesome. Hi, Laura. Okay, next is to put some bacon bond on this thing. And don't put on all of it, because if you do, you're gonna get a very sticky mess. And you're gonna get all of it on your hands, and you don't want that. So let's start placing these, and I'll show you how to make it look like it is made out of one piece. Okay, let's grab this and place it delicately. First go in the middle of it, and then very gently start pressing around so that it wouldn't fold. What I don't like here is that this one is way too thin. All this area is way too thin. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my X-Acto knife and see how kind of started here. I'm going to carve out all the way around these. Bothioidal, the bubbles, because malachite grows in bubbles. And then make sure that everything is nice and flat here. Then I'm going to grab this and this one. See how I got this part too tight, so too thin. See how pretty much from here it is too thin. So I'm going to go this, I'm going to cover it with this, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a, see how I have here this, not break it. I'm going to give it a little bit of a angle here, but I'm not going to put it on yet. I'm going to put it to the side and add a little bit more here of the bacon bond. Oh, hi, Robbie. And then let's grab, this one has a thin part, this one doesn't. So if I put it like this, I'm going to bring this one in here. You're going to have to puzzle it. That's the whole idea. So if I put this here, I'm going to have to first of all cut out a little bit of this. And then cut out a little bit of this. And then place this here. I'm not going to worry about this yet because I will still have other stuff to cut off, to carve off, and I'm going to fill it up here. Now here I have again a few things too thin, so I'm going to carve that out. And here I can actually fold a little bit. Because you don't want to see any kind of discontinuity here. I've seen stuff made with faux malachite that didn't take that into consideration, and it looked super fake. The other thing that you always have to think when you're doing any malachite, faux malachite, because the green varies a little bit between a little bit more greenish and a little bit more bluish, depending on the mine, on the area of the world. Do not vary the color, the hue. Hi Jessica, do not vary the hue. Don't put green only with a green mixed with blue. The color, the hue of the color does not vary in that piece of mineral. Only the lightness and the darkness of it. All you do with the color is just add white or add black in different, or both, in different proportions to get all this variety of colors. Do not put two different greens ever. That is what is going to make your faux stone look very fake. Okay, well, for once I was able to go back to sleep this morning, because usually if I wake up like 3:30, it's so close to my normal wake up, which is between 4 and 5, that I cannot go back to sleep. This morning I woke up at 3:30, went to the bathroom, and then I forced myself to fall asleep again. And it took me a while, but I did. I know I did because I dreamed. And I could remember the dream when I woke up. And I woke up at 5, which was awesome. I let Whisper go up at 3:30, go out, and that was. And unfortunately for Whisper, poor little guy is getting worse and worse when it comes to holding it. I managed to get a mattress pad, which helps tremendously, because he started peeing himself in his sleep, which it's not very pleasant, but at least now I have the mattress pad, so I don't have to wash the mattress anymore. Alright, so here is a very good example of how to do stuff. First of all, what I want to do, I want to bring this a little bit farther away from this, because they are just too similar. We already have them here similar, so I'm going to bring this down some, because it still slides pretty good. And don't worry, there's still plenty here. I might still put a little bit. Okay. But I'm bringing it totally downwards. Well, Whisper's going to be 14 years old in August, and he's been battling liver cancer since October 2017. So honestly, I think he's doing awesome. He's still eating. He's still playing from time to time. He cuddles with the kitties. He has these accidents lately, and the only thing is that I have to be very careful whenever he asks to eat. I need to feed him within 5 minutes, otherwise he will throw up because his stomach cannot stand anymore the gallbladder juices. Okay, so what I'm going to do here first is to carve this area, and as you can see, I'm carving it along the bubbles. Actually, I'm going to come here even deeper. And then I'm going to grab from, and here I need to carve deeper, and here, because as you can see, these look the same, and I cannot flip it over because then I get similarity with the other side. I do put diapers on him, but the problem is that because he's a whippet, his tummy is wedged. He has doggy wraps, special for male dogs. But because of the shape of his stomach, because he's like this, whenever he goes under the covers, when he slides under the blanket, he pulls the whole wrap around his shoulders, and it gets off where it's supposed to be, where it's the most important thing that they should be. So it doesn't always work. But yeah, he's not very happy when I put diapers on him, but one's gotta do what one's gotta do. Alright, so let's see. This one I'm going to round it up here. And this should work okay. It's okay if you get a slight overlap, because this will be able to be flattened once we finish. Okay, let's get, this is fairly narrow, so I'm going to carve out the other and here I'm going to come and put some little pieces of green. Now let's take care of this. This I cannot use, it's too thin. I can use this though. I'm going to carve out this bubble too. It still has the white one. This would be good. Let's grab this. I'm gonna place it here so this wouldn't look as, I didn't warm up the cane too much, which it's okay in the long run. Now let me place this here. You're just carving the bubbles. Yeah, look at the tutorial, Jessica. You get all the color recipes there. This works good. Yeah, somebody said it's like a puzzle practically. This is too much alike. Let's place this here. Now, as you can see, I still have a few spots where it's not covered. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these. I'm going to keep this to make a cabochon. But I'm going to grab these and I'm going to flatten them. Bonsoir, Dominique. And then I'm going to get it through the pasta machine. Roll, 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 roll. No, I'm gonna roll it the other way. So let me get it through the pasta machine again. And let me roll it this way. And now let's start cutting little slivers. And place them where you have little dotties here. Because each of them will have a different color. And they will just look like new bubbles, different bubbles. He's sleeping somewhere. He pestered the other guys for a while was meowing under the table for attention, and I didn't pay attention to him, so he's sleeping somewhere. He got some new toys, so I'm gonna post soon videos with him playing with his new toys, because some of them he's just crazy about. He got a walking mouse, two fluttering toys. He got a walking rat. That one is remote control. So he's super happy now, and he spends a lot of time running and playing, so that makes him tired. But as he started getting older, he started sleeping more, so okay, now I have, if you have just little spots like this, it's fine. Okay, now let's start flattening everything out and see how we are doing, if we need anywhere anymore. Your main thing is to get everything flattened out, because the irregularities, once you start sanding, they are going to go away. But you want all of this to disappear. So just push with your roller until everything looks seamless, pretty much. And just press it as much as you can. As I said, don't look for pure perfection, because that will happen once you sand it. But what you want to have it fairly even and not have any of those little, see how here I have a little dent, so I need to kind of bring the other stuff in gently without deforming too much. So that the pattern of the stone will look pretty much uninterrupted. And you don't want to feather, because the moment you start feathering, you're going to mess up the pattern. You can bring them together like this, but don't do this, because if you do that, feathering, that's how it's called. When you pull like this, it's called feathering. And when you do that, you're going to drag the top of the clay, so that's going to mess up the pattern. See, here I have a, okay, here. I don't know, Zenta. I'll try. But yeah, I had in plan to do something in Fabergé style eggs, but well, hopefully there's still time. I mean, not till just for this Easter, but you know, for next Easter. And you can have Fabergé style eggs, not necessarily on Easter. Okay, see how here I have a pretty big dent, so I am going to place, no, this is actually too thick. I'm going to place a slice on top of this dent. It still looks natural. And it's fairly good. Just a few more. And this should be good. And we are good. It's good to go in the oven. As you can see, it looks fairly one piece, not look like it's covered with patchwork. No, it doesn't. It's already baked. Remember that the underneath it's already baked, so no, you don't have any problem. I never had one of these explode on me, so we are good. Okay, and with this, still have some folding lines here. There we go, I got a malachite bead. I'm gonna go here. Okay, there we go. So I got an egg and a bead. Now let's see what to do with the other one. Actually, you know what? My back started hurting. Why don't I do another live tomorrow at 12:30, and we do the covering with canes, and just grab whatever canes you have around the house, and you'll have time to prepare some more of the covered eggs to work some more. If you need, let me actually get you the link to the malachite tutorial. Give me just a second. So going to the videos, to the playlists, if you look, there's a playlist that is called where is it? Imitation gemstone techniques. And in this list you will find the faux malachite. This is the list. Because I think it would be better if I don't try to make these too long and then just have to stop because I cannot do anything else and, you know, leave you halfway. Then, you know, better do another one tomorrow. Okay, this is for the next, the doll eyes tutorial that I'm editing and will be coming next. Okay, thank you, and I shall see you all tomorrow at the same time, 12:30. I'm not sure I'm gonna post it right away because I need to go lay down for a little bit, but this is the actual size that you need for the regular one-of-a-kind dolls. They are usually 8 inches long, and this is the size that you need. The ball of the eye has to be about 5 millimeters and the iris about 3 millimeters. Okay, see you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful, wonderful what's rest of Sunday. Goodbye.